thing you need to do is slice it the right way. I have my mandolin, and what happens is you get these perfect linguine strips, or julienne strips. Run the courgette down the mandolin like this.
You see your fingers go in there, can't you?
Yeah. 1 courgette per person usually does the job. Is my linguine done?
Before I cook these, some simple homemade focaccia rolls will make the perfect accompaniment.
Plain flour, some salt, fast action yeast. Give that a mix. Add some warm water to activate the yeast, but not boiling hot. If it's boiling hot, you'll kill the yeast off. Bring the flour and the water, everything into a bowl. When the dough comes together, you can take it out the bowl and knead it on a work surface. Don't be tempted to add some flour at the beginning. It's better if it's a bit sticky, or make for softer bread. What I love about focaccia is it's a very simple bread. It doesn't need a huge amount of kneading or long rising period, and you can stud it with lots of different things. Whatever you've got in the fridge, really. When your dough is nice and smooth, then you can put it in a bowl and let it rest and rise for about half an hour.
I want little dinky rolls, so this mix should give me about 10.
Press your thumb into the middle to put some olive oil. You want to be generous with your olive oil. Adds to flavour and it will make for a golden crispy crust. I'm going to top one of my focaccia buns with some rosemary. Press your toppings firmly into the dough, because when the dough rises and bakes, it has a tendency of popping out and then your toppings fall off. A few black olives, sun-dried tomato, just because Italians do it traditionally with rosemary, and a bit of sea salt doesn't mean you have to as well. Some parmesan. Let your buns rest and rise for about half an hour. So when your buns have risen nicely, you can put them in the oven. Just before you put them in the oven, press down the toppings before being baked.
And now my super easy tomato sauce.
Now this is really a speedy dish. It's the kind of thing I rustle up at home when I need something quick and tasty. 4 cloves of garlic. Some olive oil. I need some tinned cherry tomatoes. They make for a tasty tomato sauce. Crush them slightly and just wash the tomatoes down. Leave the sauce to simmer for 10 minutes. Perfect little focaccia buns. Delicious on its own, but they'll have another job too, and that's to mop up the sauce with my linguine. So when it's simmered for about 10 minutes and it's reduced slightly, add some black olives, some capers. They're very salty, just give them a rinse beforehand. And that's the simple sauce. Now you just want to add your courgette linguine at the end so it stays nice and al dente, like pasta. Toss the pasta in the sauce. You want the courgette linguine to be well coated.
After a minute or two, it's ready to eat.
And then finish off with some parmesan. A nice generous grating. I think it's best just eaten straight out of the pan. But if you're having a dinner, put it in a nice plate and you've got the buns on the side.
A tangle of Mediterranean magic, mopped up with homemade focaccia buns. Yum!